Hi, and welcome to week number 2 of the South Williamsport Sports Roundup Show. I'm Mr. Zalonis.
And I'm Mr. Molino.
We've got a great show planned for you this week. We're going to start off with our junior high sports, and we're going to let Mr. Malls handle that since he teaches downstairs.
All right, we're going to start off with the girls softball team. The team's currently 4-0. They have 2 games at home this week, tonight versus Muncie and Thursday versus Montoursville, and a big tournament this weekend over at Elm Park in Williamsport.
And has anybody even been close so far?
No. They've either 10-runned or 15-runned everybody they've played so far.
Sounds like the future is pretty bright for our softball program.
Absolutely. A strong core of 8th graders on the junior high team right now. The girls can hit, and they have 2 very good pitchers as well.
Well, hang in there, girls. Stick together and keep working hard. Coach, what about the junior high football team?
Junior high football team lost a tough one to Central Columbia, 32-6 last week, and next game was canceled due to injury at Lewisburg.
Next, we're going to talk a little varsity sports action. I've got the girls soccer team to report on. Off to a 6-1 start so far. Great job, girls, with a huge victory over the Benton Tigers last Saturday, I believe.
Yes.
Paige Lentz scoring the game-winning goal with
4 seconds to go. It was a very physical and intense game. A lot of fun to watch.
Had an opportunity to catch up with Paige earlier in the week. I'm with Paige Lentz, girls soccer player and scorer of the game-winning goal last Saturday against the Benton Tigers. And I understand, Paige, it was kind of a late goal.
Yeah, it was scored in the last 4 seconds of the game.
And it takes the girls' team to a record of
6-1.
And tonight they have a game against the Millville Quakers, which is another heated rival. But, Paige, let's go back to that goal you scored last Saturday, and why don't you talk us through it?
Okay, so the ball was going down the left-hand side of the field, and the goalie was just beginning to come out for the Benton Tigers. And Maddie Plummer was pushed off the ball, and the ball landed in front of my feet, so I took the shot, which went right over the goalie's fingers to score the winning goal.
And in all of your athletic accomplishments, where does this rank?
Probably number 2 after winning districts for softball.
And let's hope there's more district championships in the future for our girls' sports teams. Great job, Paige. And as always, we wish the girls the best of luck as the season continues. And you know Millville's down the road somewhere.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Millville, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Millville at South.
No way.
Should be a very intense and interesting game.
It's always been that way. They usually have twins or sisters or quadruplets.
There's one sister, one Bauer sister left.
Well, hopefully the Mounties will take care of that.
No, they'll control her. It'll be all right.
Mr. Balls, what do you got on the boys' soccer side of things?
Boys' soccer, big win over Southern Columbia on Monday night, 1-0. Southern has a second-team All-State goaltender, and Rory Foran was able to beat him and give South an important 1-0 win over the Tigers.
And they're currently 4-3, I believe,
4-3.
as we speak. But any win in anything over Southern Columbia is always a good thing for the Mountains.
Total thumbs up anytime you can beat the Tigers.
I agree. Speaking of another team that's off to a great start, how about our girls' tennis team? Currently sitting at 7-2 with an undefeated player in Megan Rovenal.
Yes. Last year, the girls, I believe, did make it into the district semifinals. So most of those girls are back, minus a wonderful Annie Fessler, and they're off to another great start this year.
And keep it up, girls. Next up on our list are the boys' golf team, which has been hitting the links fairly hard. And, Mr. Malls, what do you know about them?
Well, I know the guys have had at least 7 matches, and I believe number 8 was Tuesday of this week. There's currently 5 players on the team, led by senior Brady Som, also junior Luke Plankenhorn, sophomores Curtis Anthony, Bryce Brewer, and Gino Mondell. Bryce Brewer has qualified for the district golf playoffs, district golf match, whatever.
We'll call it the playoffs.
We're calling it the playoffs.
But either way,
District
congratulations, Bryce.
We're going to call it the District 4 Golf Championships.
All right, so for the District 4 Golf Championships,
we have Bryce Brewer representing South Williamsport.
Congratulations, Bryce. Week 4, the varsity football season this week has a dandy, huge traditional rival game at Kenneth M. Robbins Stadium as the 2-1 South Williamsport Mountaineers will travel across the river to Loyalsock to play the undefeated Loyalsock Lancers. I don't even like saying that.
Either do I. Anyhow, you could say the Loyalsock Lancers will be favored in this game, but it's a rivalry game. And anytime that has happened, South Williamsport has come out on top many a times when Loyalsock has been favored.
Absolutely, and I would expect South to go over there and play a very crisp, hard-nosed physical football game for 4 quarters. Wouldn't be surprised one bit if the Lancers end the night with a loss.
Me either.
Boy, talk about taking a punch in the face last week. Picked Nebraska. Said Georgia Tech was going to sting Notre Dame. Not. 0 for 2. So maybe I'm just going to shut up and let you talk first a little bit about this week's game of the week, which features the number 9 powder blue UCLA Bruins traveling to Arizona to play the 16th ranked Wildcats, I believe. I didn't do much better than you, by the way. I picked Georgia Tech in a big way over Notre Dame, and it was the other way around. Notre Dame looked great, I thought. I did pick Miami to beat Nebraska, although they tried to blow it. So, barely 1-1. Yeah, well, 0-2 for me in our last week's NFL pick. Sorry, brother.
Sorry, Eki, I went with my heart, and our boys didn't come through. But anyhow, I don't want to talk about that a whole lot. Let's go back to UCLA and Arizona.
All right.
And who we like in this one. Arizona's at home. Rich Rodriguez offense against a true freshman UCLA starting quarterback who, although is very impressive, I got to go with the Wildcats at home and their high-powered offense.
Well, UCLA is coming off a very close game against Brigham Young where they played Brigham Young at home last week, and that came down to the wire. Brigham Young almost staying undefeated with late-game annex. But, many people may not know this, but UCLA's defensive coordinator is none other than...
I don't know.
It's Penn State's former defensive coordinator.
Okay, because now I'm really going with Arizona.
All right, and let me tell you something about Coach Bradley. His defenses over the years at Penn State have risen to the occasions to stop a lot of offenses. My gut feeling says to go with the Bruins in this one.
All right.
Our NFL matchup is another interesting one of 2 surprise teams. One a surprise by their record. The other one's record's a surprise despite probably having a third of their offense and some of their defense missing.
Right, and that's the Cowboys without Des Bryant and without Tony Romo now. I think the defense has done a great job for the Cowboys, and they are at home this week against the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, speaking of a surprise team, no one, and I mean no one, expected Dan Quinn in his first year at Atlanta to have the Falcons off to a 2-0 start with a big victory over the hapless Philadelphia Eagles in Week 1, and then a very respectable victory late on Sunday at New York against the Giants.
Yeah, and in this one, I got to go with the Cowboys at home. I think Atlanta runs out of luck this time around, and I'm going to go with that Cowboys defense, even without Tony Romo.
I'm going to go the other way. I think Dan Quinn's got that defense in Atlanta playing way, way over their head. Backup quarterback Brandon Whedon, I don't think cuts it against a very good defense. I'm picking the Falcons. For the South Sports Roundup Show, I'm Mr. Z.
And I'm Mr. Molino.
Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you guys next week.